So I mean, what it does have is positive. We're able to connect to anybody in the world. I can know what somebody across the planet is doing. You know what's going on in their life. That's all fine and fair. But in the same sense, I don't need to know what some idiot is doing in this bathroom in Idaho setting himself on fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
True. I will say on a positive aspect, one of the benefits of social media, like especially dealing in the music business, dealing with this industry that we're dealing with, most of us that are in it, is that social media gives us an avenue that a lot of our veterans that came before us, they had to get out there and grind. They had to get out here and do the footwork, the lead work, and all that to get out there and do it. Social media gives us the advantage of being able to digitally distribute, e-text, e-promote, things like that.
Yeah, but at the heart of what you're saying is technology and everything that we use is only good as what we use it for. So using it to perpetuate your career or to make contacts or to promote a cause or whatever you're trying to do, that's all fine and fair. But for the most part, that's not what people are using it for. People are taking this technology and they're using it for self-gratification or self-defecation. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It doesn't even matter.
And I think that's the whole point about it. Like, computers was made by man.
Right.
So it's not the computer fault, it's man fault.
Right.
We need to just leave certain stuff that's private, and then the other stuff that you want.
How do you regulate that? How do you regulate that?
You're a human being.
Self-regulate.
You're a human being. Don't put pictures.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you guys both a question then. With social media and being able to regulate what you keep private, when you are signing up, agreeing, you're signing the terms and agreements for all these social media sites that you're on, how do you maintain what you're putting out there when these companies or these websites and things in particular have the rights to broadcast your stuff even without your permission? Because
I do agree there's a little bit of
yes to the terms of agreements. You check yes, right?
There's a little bit of an invasive element to that where these companies, Facebook in particular, with the messaging thing, how they were tracking people's habits to try to market to them, all that stuff. That type of data mining to get as much information you can to try to market to consumers. I understand the method behind that, but like I said, there's also a certain level of personal responsibility. If you're afraid of something getting out there, don't put it out there.
True.
Right.
It's really quite simple.
I will say one other thing too, though. Like when that YouTube album appeared on everybody's iPhone,
everybody jumped on it.
Like, my thing is, all right, cool.
Marketing.
Like, there is a certain space where the companies can take it too far too. Like, I didn't want that album. Now I like music. I listen to the album. It ain't my cup of tea, right? Like, still, why'd you just force feed me that shit?
Because they playing the numbers game. They playing the numbers game. I have a cousin.
But hold up, did I click something that says, look, you can put whatever music you want on my phone? So now that's a whole different thing.
That is.
So it is getting dangerous as different forms,
elements of capitalism are interjecting themselves into it. Absolutely.
Into the internet world. Like 10, 15, 20 years ago, the internet was just a concept to say, what if we would keep everybody connected?
Right.
Now that we're there, now it's different. It's different things. It's almost like saying, I want $1 million, I'm going to help the poor kids. It'll be great. But once you get that $1 million, will you start tricking? Will you get on, you know what I'm saying?
Right. What will you do with the power when you get it?
Yeah, what will you do with the power? Exactly.
What will you do with it?
So we do got to have checks and balances.
I do agree there needs to be some type of oversight of what these corporations are doing. Yeah, I do. I absolutely
and there's got to
agree.
be something that has no stake in it.
Yeah, I feel a third party who's not involved, who's not biased one way or the other to regulate it. Absolutely, because these people are going too far. All under the guise of making money, making a profit.
Checks and balances. Man.
Yeah, and it's all good to make a profit, like you said. When you're doing it on the backs of people in order to make money, for financial gain, there's something shady about that, man. It just rubs me the wrong way.
I mean, Facebook got sponsors. I mean, they got.
Definitely.
Once they went, what did they do? They made their stock so the average person can buy it.
Right, public.
So I'm saying they made it public.
He cashed out, absolutely. Zuckerberg cashed out.
He cashed out. So now
the
the
9
interest
billion or whatever, I forget what it was. Absolutely, yeah.
the interest is in different companies now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A whole different demographic. They're pushing stuff.
Look at the evolution of this stuff. I remember, like I was talking on MySpace. It started off, it was just a page, right? Everybody would, leave a picture of themselves, whatever the hell it was, a couple of, posts at the bottom of a message and whatnot, people would reply to it. Facebook basically took that part of MySpace and took it to the next level. Twitter did the exact same thing to Facebook. The whole messaging updates, they took that, a little segment of it, and took it to the next level. Instagram did the same thing with the photos. Took that little section of it and then took it to the next level. So all these foods are all feeding off each other. We're all the consumer. We're all feeding them, right?
Exactly.
They're all getting paid, but at the cost of what? As society as a whole, are we really benefiting from all of this access to everybody, knowing every intimate detail about everybody's day? Like, no offense to everybody, I know people on my friends. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about where you eat lunch at. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Having an update of your photo, this is my family, all that. That's all fine and fair. But I mean, I get like messages 10 times a day. I'm eating here. I'm going here.
What's it
I
called?
did this.
Food porn?
Right.
I think it's called food porn.
Right.
And you
Hold
just have a picture
on.
of your-
As a personal chef myself,
Right.
I like to broadcast my shit, okay?
Right.
So I'm sensitive about my shit. So my food porn is worthy of seeing. So yes, I'm gonna broadcast it because it's a way of connecting
That's a commercial.
people. It's a way of connecting people with what I'm doing, what my craft is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said the whole social media engine, in a sense, is a double-edged sword because you can take from it and you can leave from it. I take from it what I need business-wise in the hip-hop community, in the music community, in the business community. This is a way for me to get out here and promote my business, my passion, my artist, what I'm doing, connect with my community, connect with my followers, connect with my artists, you know what I'm saying, fellow people that I want to hook up with, things like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to basically prostitute myself if I have to, in that sense, because at the end of the day, without prostituting myself.
Solicit. You solicit business.
I'm going to solicit business then.
Right.
But in a real sense, basically, I'm going to put myself out there because I want to connect with other people on that level.
The main driving force for people utilizing this avenue of, communication is because it's just free. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You could not go out and promote your business or your endeavors and afford to do it, on radio and TV. The common man can't afford that shit.
I was looking at this this YouTube social media.
Right.
This YouTube video today about Damon Dash and how he was talking about with the new dynamic of how you can make money out here, like
cut out the middleman.
Cut out the middleman.
Right.
The old just like now. We're on a radio station
on
the internet. We didn't have to go to WBBZ or anybody else in order to get on TV and convey the message.
Because
so
internet's free, baby.
Because it's free. So now all of the old business models,
the old paradigms are all falling apart.
Falling apart because it's about your hustle and your drive. So once again, I think it's excellent that the average Joe can have like a mom and pop's type of store in a virtual world. They don't have to pay rent for it.
Right.
You don't have to, beg somebody, please, can I get down with what you're doing? Now you can do your own thing. And then it's up to you.
Look at the Kickstarter.
The Kickstarter, Kickstarter's an excellent internet joint.
They come in there and they say, give me money and I'm going to provide this service, this good of service to the masses. Give me money so I can get started. People are donating cash by the thousands.
I know.
Hundreds of thousands.
I was looking into doing the same thing, and I was told, that's some bullshit. Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
How to make potato salad.
Yeah.
They made $100,000 for a recipe for potato salad.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that shit a decade ago.
Yeah.
It just wasn't possible. It wasn't feasible.
I seen people put out albums, go on tours. Like that was actually an idea that I had. Like I'm gonna raise a certain amount of money, and then what it is like that money is going to allow me to go on tour. But everybody who contributes get like the album and a t-shirt for free on Kickstarter.
Right.
I came into a different situation that I don't even y'all
Right.
see some hip hop
Right.
lyrics. But
Well, hey, T. Lucas, I'd like to get actually into that more about, just your struggles in the business in general, like just, for up and coming artists that are out there trying to do things, like, what does the average person have to look forward to if you're really serious about your craft and trying to get into the business?
a lot of hard work.
Oh man. Thankless hours.
Sleepless nights. Self-sacrifice, just in general. If you really wanna make it in this game, you also gonna have to have tough skin. You gotta be really ready to roll with the punches.
But aren't those prerequisites for anybody trying to get in it, regardless if you're using, regardless of whatever you're doing? If you're making, anything you do, you're gonna have to have hard work. You're gonna have to have dedication. You know what I'm saying? That's just, to me, that's like the standard, right? What everybody has to do if you want to make it anywhere in the
Any business in particular, I would say, but I would say, especially kind of being new on the scene, just seeing the work that artists that are really, really true to their craft put into it. If you got some little rinky-dink bullshit artists out here that ain't really serious about nothing, they might drop a couple videos here and there, put it on YouTube or social media, whatever method they put it out there.
Absolutely.
But artists that are really true to their craft, I got a whole set of them that be out on U Street, DC, Northwest DC, Tuesday through fucking Thursday. You can catch them out there. But basically, they're out there promoting their craft. They're promoting their artwork. They're promoting their music. They're promoting, if they're beatboxing, if they break in, whatever the craft may be, they're out there promoting whatever they do. So constantly.
Let me ask both of you this while I got y'all right here, in the same vein what you were just talking about. So how has the business, I'm talking about music industry, how has it changed? We can go back into social media, social networking a little bit too. In respects to, CD sales on an all-time low. Shit don't sell anymore. People don't buy CDs. It's all free because you
2014 was the first year, actually, so far up to this point, October 2014, that nobody has gone platinum.
Right.
Nobody's gone platinum, so people are not buying.
Say that one more time for me.
Nobody has gone platinum as of October 2014 on the music scene.
And the main reason for that is social networking, right?
Drake ain't put out his new album.
But even so, is that organic? Is that organic fans?
I don't even know if it's Drake. I called him the Sprite dude. That's our first song. The Sprite is that's a Sprite dude. Everybody calls him Drake. I don't even know who the hell he is.
I agree with that. But it's just changing, and to a certain extent,
how have you had to adapt with the change? Because the business has changed obviously in the last 10 years. What you have to do?
When MySpace was out, I wasn't using that to really promote my music when it first came out. Right. But then everybody started promoting on MySpace. And then it's like, okay, as soon as Facebook got here, you better be on Facebook.
Or you ain't shit.
And then you gotta know, you have to adjust to how to talk to people on the internet. Because people want to act like they're different people on the internet.
Absolutely. The anonymity of the internet makes everybody Billy Badass and the internet tough guy.
So for instance, when you send your music to somebody, whether it's just, first you shouldn't just smack your music on somebody's page and be like, look, check me out. Right. Like nobody's into that. Right. Nobody's
so give me a step-by-step thing. What would you do? How do you get into this? What would be the first step then?
The first step is to have quality music.
If you ain't got quality music,
really
it don't matter.
Quality music.
If nobody wants to hear it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not talking about you made this on GarageBand or you know what I'm saying, or just recorded it with bullshit quality and then like nobody hears it, but you're just trying to push this in everybody's face. Right. It'd be best to actually not go to social media first. Right. Go to the people you know around your circle.
Get some feedback.
If a majority, if you can't build a following from the grassroots.
And the people who like you don't even like your music, then the shit ain't gonna say.
Yeah, because this is the thing. You're gonna have to see these people in real life at one point in time. And if you're not moving them like how your music was moving them, then your record is bigger than you. So you gotta make sure that you got good music in general. Okay. Then you can approach people in you know what I'm saying, a cordial way, like, hey, how you doing? I see you on here. Maybe do your research on who you're talking to a little bit. Right. You know. Right. Hey, I seen you on here a couple days. You know, I'm T. Lucas. I'm just starting my career. Hey, a lot of people like my music. check it out. Let me know what you think, genuinely. And it's gonna take a personal connection with every single person.
The face-to-face, the naturally evolved relationship that we get, you know what I'm saying, from me. Because you might be able to sell somebody on your dreams or your ideals just by having a face-to-face with them, to talk to them. That's all gone online when you just type in words. All they see is just the text, you know, the gist of what you're trying to say. You don't get any inferences or, you know, anything like that.
Well, I think actually nowadays people's attention spans are a lot shorter.
Absolutely.
So with the social media, now, right? And I will use prime example because I've had a few businesses that have, you know, stepped to me as far as promoting or whatever. But because the attention spans are shorter, somebody could send me a quick message and be like, hey Asia, you know, hey First Lady, I heard you doing X, Y, and Z. Can I hook up with you on the 26th of blah, 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 meet with you and talk to you about whatever. To me, I'm going to take that conversation any day over somebody that's going to call me and talk my head off for 30 minutes about whatever, just to get to that point. At the end of the day, get to the point.
People have less time, so in people's busy lives, I see what you're saying, First Lady. In people's busy lives now, you just don't generally have the time that we used to have to, you know, give, you know, audience to a lot of useless information, a lot of useless conversations. Now you need that stuff in little bite-sized information so you can get to it and move on.
Get to the point.
See, it's even a little bit, I feel, it's even a little bit more complicated than that. First of all, you gotta have some time.
All right, welcome back to the Entourage Hour. I'm your host, Damon, and my co-host, the First Lady ene, lovely Asia.
First Lady.
Comment on that.
The same.
We have the rest of our crew out here tonight.
It's Gucci World, Tammy Lee, the Vampire, back in the building again.
I love
representing
the Vampire, but I love that movie.
Official Gang, the Entourage Entertainment.
Yeah, by the way, you know, Official Gang, of course, in the building. Y'all know what it is, Entourage Entertainment. Kakans, Doughboy. Shouts out to all of us. I see you.
Right, and as you know, Will, my name is Ace the Saint, and I'm an artist with Entourage Entertainment, an affiliate of Official Gang. My production company, shout out to them, More Than Rap Entertainment, also John P. Definitely got a shout out to him.
All right.
So, my outlook on music, what do I do, my motivation. Let's talk about that right quick.
Yes, sir.
Well, my whole theory of music, it more so started, I'm gonna be honest, from watching Michael Jackson.
Okay.
It's like Michael Jackson is the man, hands down. When I was probably like 6 years old, I liked him so much. I don't know what my mother did. Like, rest in peace to my mother or whatnot. I don't know what she did, but I received a picture of Michael Jackson. He wrote something on the back. I forgot what it said on the back, but he wrote it to me or whatnot.
A personal message from
Michael Jackson. My mom sent a fan mail letter out to him or whatnot. And ever since I received that, I was just watching them, just going with it. That's even why I got long hair.
Right.
Because Michael Jackson.
Right.
And you even thought about, I said, why don't my hair wave like his? And I realized that, hey, I got to put
you got no product in there, bro.
Doesn't work that way. So I kept moving, went to the cornrow situation. Right. But as far as rapping, I always did it ever since probably like 9 years old to 10 to 13. Like, that's probably why I wasn't more focused on school. I always knew, I said, I don't want to go to school. Like, I already knew the theory of how if you go to school, you're going to have to do what is set for you. It's like an option of what you want to do. It's not what I want to do. It's like, that's not what I want to do.
So you rap for freedom and individuality?
It also came from poetry first. I used to write poetry. Because like, I went through a lot of like different in-house situations with my family or whatnot. So my mother was absent, my father was absent, I was raised by my grandmother and whatnot. They was in and out more so. So I really didn't really have any outlet more so but my pen and my paper. And then one day I just heard an artist as we know is Lil Wayne. And the way that he did it, like The Block Is Hot was my first CD I ever had. Period. Like The Block Is Hot is my first CD I purchased, I bought it, I sat in the house, I listened to it. I went to this thing called Ola.com. We can get all the lyrics. I had all the lyrics to the entire Like I was in there rapping, and then one day I said, you know what? I said, I rap Lil Wayne songs like they're mine. So what I did was, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just change the words. So then I just started changing the words, and then as that came, it says, hey, I can actually rap a little bit. And then my friends used to always do it, like John P, like, which we call him Taz around the way. So he used to always just freestyle with another friend of mine called Swan. Like one day I just said, I want to try. So I tried, and then I was just saying something. They was like, oh, I was like, I stopped and said, what happened? What's wrong? They was like, you did good. Like you went fast and you went slow. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he just more so he was my guide with it. And then throughout that, I met Cal Fight Entertainment, T.Y. T.Y. was my first manager. Shout out to T.Y., Tamika Wells. And it's a whole situation, but that's how I also met Tiny Lee.
Right.
And that was just like an awesome bomb right there. And then my craft just developed from, like, I was just, from when I met him, I was just awesome with my craft. I was just confident. It's at my awesomeness now. I have a big resume as far as what I've done, what I have done, and what I can do, and what I'm capable of, but that's more so a backstory. The purpose that I'm here right now is to make a new mark in what I call the hip-hop game, if that's what you want to call it, the rap game, the music industry. I more so call it a cash cow for the individuals who know how to manipulate business.
We're gonna milk it, right?
So, more so it's not about artistry no more. It's about mass society. Like, if a man says, like, if 10 people say, oh yeah, I think he's hot, and one person say, I think he sucks, I don't care what that one person says. 10 people say he's hot, I'm going to sign him, I'm going for it, I'm going to invest in them. So like I said, it's a business. So if you learn how to manipulate the business and also have good artistry at the same token, then you can actually be something in the industry.
Well, I have a question for you in that scenario. How do you not lose yourself as an artist or as a person?
Well, as a person, you got to understand it is business, and as business it goes. You never do what we call make it personal, right?
Right.
So it's like, a person may be like, I don't like this song, I don't feel this song or whatever, but you might be getting a lot of money off of this song.
I do not take that to heart, though.
You can't take it to heart because it's not about what you like all the time. It's not about what you're doing, because if it was about what I like, then I say I'm the best rapper. You're not the best rapper or not a great rapper until 10 million fans say, hey, that's the best rapper. That's the greatest rapper. Right. Everybody thinks very highly of themselves, which they should.
Right.
But in the same token, it's about this industry as far as the rules go. If you want to be a part of it, you're either going to hate it or you're going to be a part of it. You're going to learn how to play it, and then you're going to learn how to manipulate it the same way they did. And if you manipulate it the right way, then you become a household name. Then you can start speaking your mind. And then once you speak your mind, you make your own
So
way.
that kind of like, you talking about kind of like what happened to that girl, what was that girl, Pink? She came out, she kind of was...
Under LaFace.
Right. She came out, was marketed as a pop star, but she wanted to be more of a, a rocker type hip hop thing, but they kind of marketed as a pop star, and she complained about it afterwards. It was like, I had to do that to become a household name, and then I can make the music I want. So you have to do what sells first, and then you do what you want? Is it basically what you're saying?
That's basically what it is. Yeah,
okay.
Like, because, like, prime example, who really knows that, like, the new Lil Wayne that we see, who knows this is not what he's been wanting to do? Maybe he's always been liking skateboards. Maybe he's always been on his rock and roll status.
Right.
Like, Michael Jackson is also his favorite artist too. How do we know he's not been doing that? How do we know, like, the individual who was placed around, they're real gangsters? Right. They just said, all right, this is what's selling, this is what's doing. He rapped about this life, he did this, he did that. But nobody really knows. But it's just all a theory. Like, it's all just like, I think of what it is. But I know my personal perspective is my actual experience in it. I know what I was told to do, what I was told not to do.
Right.
And that all sums up to the point of like, all right, I understand. It's a numbers game. It's like, if they like it, it's going to be great. Because I don't have, my personal liking and opinion of some of the music is not really going to be up as highest. So I like artists like Wiz Khalifa, Big Crit. I'm a big fan of Big Crit.
Definitely.
So like individuals like them, I support music like that. Backpack rappers, lyrical rappers. I'm a lyrical rapper myself, but I can also turn up.
Explain the difference between being a lyricist and just somebody who just puts out music. Explain.
All right, it more so goes like this to me, because that's my diversity right now. It's like I can definitely talk to you about what y'all want to hear. Is like, we want to party, we want to turn up, we want to smoke, we want to do whatever.
That's the radio friendly stuff.
That's the radio friendly stuff, because at the end of the day, everybody has a personal problem. Everybody goes through personal problems. Everybody has a problem that's worse than another individual's that's not promoted. And we don't want to hear about stress all day, this and that all day. Sometimes we want to turn the radio on and have a song just make me get away from that. And my reality is say, hey, I'm turning up, I'm partying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You have people who work a 9-to-5 job, go to work Monday through Friday. Saturday and Friday night is their night to turn up, and they're gonna drink crazy. Every song they hear to make it be a life that they want to live. They're gonna imagine that they doing it. Girl, you did that, and could do that. We buying bottles, we doing this. We gonna do what Future say, buy 100 bottles, whatever. But Monday I'm going back to work.
Yeah,
so it's just something to get away from.
My wife doesn't even like watching like depressing movies or anything like that. She said life is just
people think
life is hard.
Think too hard about it.
I don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Broadcasting my brain and. I watch anything, but I understand there's a little bit of wisdom in what she says and what you're saying right now. Okay.
All right. So that's more so I just think about it's all a party: sex, drugs, murder, sex.
Well, Ace, where can your fans, people that's looking to check your music and stuff out, where can they find you at actually?
I mean, you can always follow me on my Twitter page at Ace of MTI. Check my Facebook out if anyone still messes with Facebook. It just says Ace Listen.
The older generation.
The Instagram is definitely.
You know when your grandma get on Facebook, it's time to get off.
Yeah.
When your grandma starts winking at you, it's time to take a step back.
But normally, like I got a few things coming out soon, so it's like if you go to YouTube right now, type in Ace Lissane, like my first video is going to pop up. If you go to the actual subscriber of that page, then you'll go through a lot of more of my recent stuff that I did and more stuff coming out soon. And as far as Entourage Entertainment is concerned, I'm gonna have a lot of different links to my stuff through them soon, coming soon too. So just look forward to seeing what's going on. I'm definitely going to be out here doing a lot. Me, Tiny Lee, Official Gang, everybody, we're going to get it in.
Yep. All right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, with that, I just want to ask one last question, Ace, for you. Other than Michael Jackson, as far as your musical influences or what type of music you associate yourself with for your fans, like what type of style would you say you go with?
My style is more so. I'm an abstract artist. I can blend in with anything. I'm a chameleon to it. So if you actually put my music on right now, and if you heard it, you'll hear a lot about my struggle, and then my life, my actual personal life, nothing made up on anything. I can't fabricate without rap. Right. And then on the other side, you'll hear me just reiterating how I party, or a night of what I did in a party, or a lot of my music is more so marketed towards the females at the current moment. So you're gonna hear a lot of bottle popping.
And why is that?
It's more so because like I let the women, I let her respect, I let how the women do. Like you feel me? It's like the women are gonna support you. Unfortunately, more than the men do. The men gonna download you and all that. That's respect to the streets and all that. But my women, they're gonna see me at my show. They're gonna do their thing and all that. They're gonna go to the city store. They're gonna bag. They're like, hey, he's like an awesome guy. I'm like, hey, I think I'm awesome too. Let's go talk. Let's do something.
Absolutely, women are a big consumer power in this country. Absolutely.
Yes. So,
they buy, they vote. They pretty potent. Well, thank you so much, Ace. We appreciate your time, my brother. It was a good show. Appreciate that, Tiny.
Thank everybody for coming out tonight for the Entourage Hour. Once again, you can catch us each and every Friday.
Every Friday. Y'all got to come back.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And definitely, like I said, shout out to More Than Rap Entertainment as far as my production company. Shout out my manager, Pix, Tiny Lee, Entourage, Official Gang. And yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Glad to have you.
Shout out to T-Weezy. You better say it. You already know what it is.
Ace. All right. Every night we close out the show with the Abrasive Black Man segment, and I'm about to start the segment now. All right. Now, tonight, Abrasive Black Man segment I want to talk about is the celebration of mediocrity in America. And I know everybody's like, what the hell is he even talking about? I'll give you an example. You know how you go to a little league game and they don't keep score anymore? They don't even bother keeping score. Everybody's a winner. They give out trophies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a winner. Nobody's, exceptional. Nobody's special or whatever. To me, that shit is annoying. If no one is special, or if everyone is special, then no one is special. Same thing with like just cause in the workplace. How nowadays you no longer have to be responsible for shit you do in your job. If something happens in your job, they go back and look at the process. They want to see, oh, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Where did the system fail? Instead of holding that person responsible for the shit they did. And I feel like it's a waste of time in society. We keep celebrating this mediocrity and we don't celebrate exceptionalism. Start letting these kids compete. Start letting people compete against each other. Everybody can't do well. I used to play football. The only thing I had was speed. I knew that, so guess what? I didn't waste my time doing any other avenue. Now you get these kids that grow up and they all think they're winners. They all think they can do anything. Guess what? You can't do anything. You have a particular skill set that you are good at. Stick to your lane and stick to what you're good at. Thank you very much.
All right, y'all. That was the Entourage Hour.
All right. Good job, girl. Good job, everybody. Y'all killed it. Y'all killed it. Oh, y'all killed it, man. Good. Y'all.